7 men's stories, exciting entertainment.
Spartacus, the gladiator who challenged Rome. In the 1st century BCE, as the Roman Empire expanded its dominance over the known world, a man emerged whose name would forever symbolize rebellion and the fight for freedom: Spartacus. He was neither a king nor a nobleman, but a slave, a gladiator who defied the might of Rome. What started as a desperate escape from the horrors of the gladiatorial arenas quickly grew into one of the largest slave uprisings the empire had ever seen. Spartacus's story is one of courage, resilience, and the belief that even the oppressed can rise and claim their destiny. This is the tale of a man who dared to defy the greatest power of the ancient world. Early life, captured and forced to fight. The early life of Spartacus remains shrouded in mystery. Historians believe he was born in Thrace, a region known for its fierce warriors, located in what is now Bulgaria, northern Greece, and Turkey. Spartacus likely served as a soldier in his homeland before being captured by Roman forces. Instead of a quick death or forced labor, Spartacus faced a different fate. He was sold into the brutal world of the gladiators. In the city of Capua, Spartacus was forced to train in one of Rome's most notorious gladiator schools. These arenas were not only stages of bloody combat, but also served as grim reminders of Rome's power over its slaves and enemies. Gladiators were taught to kill or be killed, and the odds of survival were slim. Spartacus, however, harbored a spirit that could not be broken by the chains of slavery. The beginning of rebellion. By the year 73 BCE, after enduring the relentless brutality of the arena, Spartacus and around 70 of his fellow gladiators made a daring escape. Armed with whatever weapons they could seize, they fled their captivity and found refuge on Mount Vesuvius. What started as a small band of runaway slaves soon turned into a full-scale rebellion. As word spread of their defiance, more and more slaves joined their ranks, turning Spartacus's cause into a movement. Spartacus proved to be a natural leader and strategist. Although he had no formal military training, he outmaneuvered the Roman forces sent to crush the rebellion, using the terrain to his advantage and launching successful surprise attacks. His growing army of freed slaves overwhelmed local garrisons, and for a time it seemed that Spartacus might achieve the impossible: freedom for the enslaved. The rebellion grows. Within months, the small band of rebels transformed into a formidable force of tens of thousands. Spartacus's army was diverse, composed of slaves from different parts of the Roman Empire, all united by their desire for freedom. While many in his ranks sought revenge against their former masters, Spartacus had a grander vision. He aimed to lead his followers across the Alps, away from Rome's reach, where they could live in peace. The Roman Senate, humiliated by the ongoing rebellion, sent several legions to quash Spartacus and his followers. Yet despite being vastly outnumbered, Spartacus led his army to a series of victories, outwitting Roman commanders and inspiring slaves across the empire to rise up. His success, however, also made him a target for Rome's most ambitious leaders. The rise of Crassus. As the rebellion continued, the Roman Senate enlisted Marcus Licinius Crassus, one of the wealthiest and most ruthless men in Rome, to end the uprising once and for all. Crassus, eager to prove himself on the battlefield, raised a massive army and pursued Spartacus with relentless determination. Spartacus, aware of the growing threat, sought to lead his army out of Italy. However, many of his followers, emboldened by their victories, pushed to march on Rome itself. Spartacus found himself torn between his original goal of escape and the desire of his men to strike at the heart of the empire. The final battle. By the winter of 71 BCE, Crassus had trapped Spartacus and his army in southern Italy, cutting off their access to supplies and reinforcements. Spartacus, realizing that they could no longer escape, made a bold decision. He would confront Crassus's legions in open battle, a final desperate attempt to break free. The Battle of the Silarus River was fierce and bloody. Spartacus, fighting at the front lines, inspired his men with his bravery and determination. According to some accounts, he killed his own horse before the battle to show his men that they would either win together or die together. Despite their courage, the rebel forces were overwhelmed by Crassus's superior numbers. Spartacus himself fell in the heat of battle, though his body was never found. In the aftermath, thousands of his followers were captured and crucified along the Appian Way, a grim warning to anyone who would dare challenge Rome. The legacy of Spartacus. Although Spartacus's rebellion was ultimately crushed, his legacy endured. He demonstrated that even the most powerful empire could be challenged by those it sought to oppress. Spartacus became a symbol of the fight for freedom and justice, inspiring countless revolutionaries and freedom fighters throughout history. To this day, the name Spartacus represents the spirit of defiance against tyranny, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, one person's courage can ignite a movement that transcends generations.
Feel free to follow this channel to avoid missing any new content. Disclaimer: the images are AI generated and are for illustration purposes. The stories on this channel are researched to the best of our knowledge.